Hi, I'm Lindsay. I'm going to show you some of my favorite fiction books. So first of all, for babies, we have the That's Not My books. There's a ton of different titles in every animal or character you can imagine. I love this one, That's Not My Hedgehog. It says, its ears are too fluffy. And there's touchy-feely patches on every page. My daughter absolutely loves these books. She tries to touch and feel every page of every book, and she gets really disappointed when there's no touchy-feely patches on other books. But these are great because it helps develop both sensory and language development, and these books are fabulous. These are my favorite. We keep them in our diaper bag. Then one of our newer titles, we have I Want to Be a Lion Tamer. We also have I Want to Be an Astronaut. And these are fun books for toddlers, preschoolers. It says, when I grow up, I want to be a zookeeper. And it goes through and describes all these different occupations. So it's great to open up conversation about what options there are for different occupations. So it's fun, it's imaginative. These are great. The Lion Tamer one is all about animal occupations, and then the astronaut one is more like action occupations. And then another one of our new titles is Billy's Great Desert Adventure. These books are fabulous. There's also an underwater adventure one too, and these are great for preschoolers. It's really fun because Billy's a familiar character. We have books I'll show you soon too that are for beginner chapter books and next level chapter books. But these are fun because it really delves into imagination. You know, Billy and her best friend Jack are playing pretend like they're going on this adventure, and so it's just a really fun book, very imaginative, very creative. I know a lot of consultants whose children want them to read this book over and over, so those are really great. This is another newer title that I'm so excited about. It's called Nibbles the Book Monster. It is so adorable. So it says, this is a story about a little monster called Nibbles, and every page has like something really fun, like a cutout or a flap. And this book's about Nibbles the Book Monster, and obviously he eats books, and he goes through and he escapes. Oh no, look at, there's like a little cutout. He escapes. Can you see him? And he gets into all these fairy tales and he messes everything up because he's eating through them. And so they have these little flaps like books inside of books. So neat. Hilarious stories from other customers and consultants where their children, you can buy a stuffed animal for this. I don't have it on me, but and they would always put them like in the laundry basket in jail because they were afraid that Nibbles would eat their books when they're sleeping or something. So, but it's really funny. You can get an optional plush as well, like I mentioned. Then we have, Billy, like I mentioned earlier with the Great Adventures. These are the beginner chapter books. We have Billy B. Brown and Hey Jack. They are best friends and they're in each other's books. These are great because they're things that kids can relate to. The text is really big, and then the problems in the story are very relatable to children. So they're very good beginner chapter books because the text is large. They're not very long. This one's like 40 something pages. So these are a great place to start, and they're really cute. They teach really good lessons. And the next step up would be the mystery books, Billy B. mystery books. So you can see these this text a little bit bigger, and there's about 6 books of these. There's a whole bunch of Billy B. and Hey Jack. Then we have the illustrated books. These are amazing. They're classics. They have a little bookmark. They're like a squishy hardback, and they have, let's see, was it 10 different stories in them, and they have beautiful illustrations. These are fun because you can read them for bedtime stories, or when your children are reading chapter books, they can read them on their own. So these are really fun. We have a ton of different titles in these illustrated books. And then for more chapter books, we have, this one's pretty fun. This is the Mythical Ninth Division. We have several different books in this series. This is the first book. There is an order to this one. And they're fun because it's part comic book and part word text. So they, obviously they're mythical creatures and they go on all these operations and save the world and stuff. So these are really fun for 7 to 11-year-olds. Then we have a new title. There's 5 books in this series. Also needs to be read in order. The Impossible Quest. This one's Escape from Wolfhaven Castle. So if you have children who really like castles and mythical creatures and beasts and witches, and there's a little bit of violence in here, so be aware of that. But I've really enjoyed reading this book. I'm not finished with the first ones, but I really like this series. It's pretty fun. I kind of like young adult fiction. Then we have Conspiracy 365. This one starts with January and it goes all the way through all the months. This one's pretty intense. It's like a high intense thriller kind of book. It's a chapter book for older kids. And he's trying to figure out what happened to his dad. So anyway, it's really, really interesting. I'm almost done with this one too. I need to finish these books. But yeah, they're great. We have a ton of other chapter books and fiction books. If you need any suggestions, just ask.